bass family, and welcome to Everything Bass. Yes, this is Slapping 23, the dreaded triple thumb. A little bit of backstory, I promise to keep it short. I was auditioning for a major guitar player in the early 90s, and was asked to learn 3 songs from an album, and went ahead and learned some extra songs on the album just to hopefully set myself apart, get noticed. And one of them, the bass player on the recording, was doing triple thumbs, and I had not done that. And I thought if I could pull that off, tight and clean, it would maybe set me apart, get the audition for me. So what is triple thumb? Well, unlike like down up thumbs or any of these other techniques, it's really just 3 muted thumbs very fast. And you have to be warmed up. I wasn't completely pleased with how I demoed it at the beginning, so let me try to do a little better now. But it's demanding, and I've gotten together with many bass players over the years, and we talk about either this particular track or just the technique in itself. And it's funny, you'll get this reaction when I mention, hey, what do you think about the triple thumb? And they'll be like, yeah, and that's kind of how you feel. But it's cool, and it's something I've decided recently. I hadn't done it in a while, and that's probably why I kind of flubbed the intro. But it's something I want to add back in. I don't like not being a complete bass player. I don't like having a technique I can't execute. So I thought shooting this video would kind of inspire me to get back into it, sharpen it up. So you're doing 3 muted double thumbs, or 3 muted thumbs in a row after a popped note. And that's basically how I've heard it done and seen it in different performances. In this case, we're going to pop the 5th fret G on the D string, and then you do 3 evenly spaced 16th note muted thumb. Now that's the basic technique, and right there, before doing anything else, what I should have, physician heal thyself, I should have done prior to today, is just that. Don't try to play the bass line, just sit there and just get comfortable. Now we're very comfortable usually doing double thumbs. So you're trying to retrain yourself to feel the rhythm and be able to control getting 3 thumbs together. Now these 4 notes are 16 notes, 1, E, and so we're going to pop the G, then E and are all muted, double thumbs. And you can kind of just cycle that. So now the actual groove, we will address the groove because this is thematic to each of the 4 measures, well, the first 3 measures. So you're going to play 3 of those phrases. Now on the 4th one, you're going to pop 1 single thumb and then move up a whole step and play the A. Yeah. So that measure slowly. Now I like how that ends. Instead of just doing the same thing for the entire measure, I like that little 1 E and da ba da at the end. I like that. I just think that's a cool phrase. Now the next measure, pretty much the same thing. I just end with a different note. So ending on this G, I end with this E. So it sounds like this. 2nd measure. Go back and play the 1st measure again. Now on the 4th measure, here I wanted to move the technique a little bit to give you just incrementally a little bit more of a challenge. So you're going to play the G, the A, B, and there you're going D, E. So let me give you those frets. So 5th fret on the D string, 7th fret, 9th fret, then on the G string, 7, 9. It's a cool technique. That is just a little bit of what you can do with it. But I found it usually the triple thumbs, muted thumbs, sound really good after a pop. And I've heard guys really get throaty with it. They'll pop on the E string. Now when I do that, if you're curious, and it's what I've seen other players do, you don't have really enough room to pop and then get the thumb back and actually do a muted thumb. So I'm actually doing a wrist mute there, because I looked when I was doing it, and by popping the E string, or if you have a 5 string, the B string, whatever, I can still just mute by just palming the string with the fat of my hand, and that sounds like this. and you're still getting 1 E and 2. So I'm actually hitting here on it. So I like it. So again, kind of going through, looking to do stuff new, hopefully new stuff or fresh stuff for the channel. I discovered this technique, remembered that story of how I had to learn it just for an audition, and really was like, oh, I should get that polished up, so why don't I do it in front of you guys with this channel. So how am I going to polish it up? The biggest thing is patience and slow tempos. Your enemy is to just go for it full throttle, because it's going to sound like I did on the intro. So sit there, and this is going to sound maybe ridiculous to you, but just pop. I mean, that is the best way. You're kind of training your hand to feel what it is, this muscle memory, to get those 3 muted thumbs. Now just speed up a little bit, like a train pulling out of station. Actually sounds like a train. Just move it around. Now, like I can feel it right now, a little bit of fatigue here. So if you're tackling this and you like it and you're like, yeah, I want to get this down, I encourage you to do what I'm going to do, little bits at a time. Don't like burn your hand out. Don't pull a muscle, because that's just a big setback for all of your playing. So do it for a minute or so, move on to something else, come back to it. That kind of interval-like approach to it, where you do a little bit, then do something else, do a little bit, really is, I think, the best way for you to tackle a technique like this. So there it is, the dreaded triple thumb. I just don't want to go another week fearing this technique. So I'm going to polish it up this week and hopefully work it into maybe some other bass lines in future slap grooves. So keep an eye out for that. All right, guys, thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. It would mean so much to me, and it'd help me grow the channel. It'd also just give me the kind of encouragement that I'm on the right path. And to that end, if I'm not on the right path, let me know in the comments below, or if you feel like it's something personally, just email me at dtitus@daletitus.com. Either way, I'd love to hear from you. How do you want me to proceed? What future videos would you like? Are there techniques in the past you want me to revisit again? If you go through the Fundamentals of Slap series on my channel and you see one of those techniques, say, hey, can you work this into a bass line so I can hear how it works? Absolutely, man. Let me know. I will do that. All right, thank you so much for stopping by. I love you guys, and I will see you at the next video. Okay, getting this in shape.